Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. There are new discoveries in a recent report by Philip Cross. The title, Ontario, No Longer a Place to Prosper, sums up the facts revealed by the former Chief Economic Analyst for StatsCan.
Please finish.
It turns out the Liberal spending spree was in full swing years before the recession, and growth fell just as much in the years before the recession as it did afterwards. So all their excuses blaming their tax and spend policies on the recession have now been debunked. The fact is, Ontario's declining economy is a direct result of failed Liberal economic policy, and it is the Liberals who raised costs hurting families and seniors and businesses. When will the Premier realize that she is the one keeping Ontario from realizing its full potential?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, I'm very pleased, Mr. Speaker, that the Fraser Institute report ranked Ontario #1 in North America for foreign direct investment, Mr. Speaker. I think that's a really good thing. I think it's wonderful that since August, Mr. Speaker, of 2014, Ontario gained 64,000 net new jobs. We're increasing the job number in this province, Mr. Speaker. Our unemployment rate has gone down. In fact, unemployment in Ontario is 6.8%, which is under the national average of 7%, Mr. Speaker. So we are making investments in order to be able to compete globally. You know, I introduced the Premier's Youth Advisory Council at the beginning of the day, Mr. Speaker, and it's very important to me that we hear from young people. They are the people who are going to be looking for those jobs, Mr. Speaker. They are the people who are going to be creating those jobs. That's why the investments that we're making are so important, Mr. Speaker.
Back to Speaker. Well, Speaker, that response tells us this Liberal government has absolutely no intention to listen to the experts. If the Fraser report is not enough, we've heard the same facts from the Ontario Chamber, the Federation of Business, the Manufacturers Association, the list goes on. They all told us the same facts. Since the Liberals took office, all of our numbers and our jobs have headed south. And it's unfortunate they didn't listen to the Auditor General last year. She told us that if the Liberals continue down this destructive path, they will crowd out the services Ontarians deserve. Speaker, we know what that means in my hometown of North Bay, where they just fired 158 frontline healthcare workers, half of which were nurses, of whom were nurses. When will this government realize it's their own mismanagement that is costing people of Ontario their jobs?
Thank you.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I really appreciate the opportunity that the member opposite gave me to talk about North Bay Regional Hospital. And we know that there are some changes underway. There's nothing that's been finalized. In fact, we're expecting Lynn is expecting the hospital's improvement plan, the final version of that, on October the 16th in just about a week's time, and they're going to review that. They're going to continue to discuss with the hospital. It's not true at all that 50% of the individuals are nursing staff. It's far less. In fact, many of them will be through nutrition. But even more important, it's not even decided yet. This is a plan which still has to go through the Lynn. It has to be approved by the Lynn and the ministry as well. And it's important and prudent. I would suggest that the member opposite read the CEO of the hospital's op-ed of a week ago, where he explained very succinctly why the changes are being made.
Thank you.